Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a problem that drives so many tech teams crazy, that huge gap between getting an alert and actually tracking the work to fix it. We're going to show you how connecting Dynatrace and Jira can completely transform that workflow, turning what's often manual chaos into smooth, automated clarity.
So let's just jump right in with a question that I bet hits pretty close to home for a lot of you in IT and operations. You've invested in these powerful monitoring tools, you're getting all the alerts, but does it ever feel like you've accidentally created a brand new full-time job of just managing all those alerts?
Okay, before we get to the solution, let's just sit with the problem for a second. This is the before picture. This is the world of the manual grind, where you have all these disconnected systems, and it's up to your team to manually connect all the dots.
And this is what that grind looks like in real life, right? You've got someone on the team who's basically paid to hit refresh on the Dynatrace Problems tab. An alert comes in through email, and then what? It just sits there in an inbox, totally disconnected. There's no single place to track the investigation, which makes shift handoffs a total nightmare, and it makes it incredibly hard to actually show management all the fires your team is constantly putting out. This right here gets to the absolute core of it. An email alert is basically a photograph. It's static, it's frozen in time. The second you start working on the issue, that email is already out of date. But an integrated Jira ticket, that becomes a living record. It's a live video feed of the incident. It's the one place for all your notes, your root cause analysis, and it gives everyone, from developers to managers, a clear, real-time view of what is happening.
So how do we fix this? Well, the answer isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. The solution is to build a smart, automated bridge that connects problem detection in Dynatrace directly to team action over in Jira.
And that bridge has a name, Automated Incident Response. And the goal here is actually really simple. You let the tools do the boring administrative work, creating the tickets, updating the statuses, logging everything. This frees up your brilliant human engineers to focus on what they do best, solving the actual, problem.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but it's got to be complicated to set up. Well, you might be surprised. It's actually incredibly straightforward. It really just boils down to a simple two-part handshake between the two platforms.
I mean, look at this. The entire process really comes down to just two steps. First, inside your Jira project, you generate an API key. Second, you just hop over to Dynatrace and you paste that key into your notification settings. That's it. That's the entire handshake that connects these two powerful tools.
But hold on. Here is a super important pro tip, a little gotcha that can save you a ton of frustration. If you go into Jira and you cannot find that Operations tab, it is almost certainly because of your project template. You have to be using a Jira template that actually supports incident tracking. It's a small detail, but it's absolutely crucial. All right, theory is great, but seeing is believing, right? So let's actually walk through a real-time incident to see just how seamless this whole automated workflow is from the very beginning to the very end.
And this is where the magic happens. A synthetic monitor fails at 12:44 p.m. Now look at the timestamp for the Jira ticket creation. The exact same minute. Instantly. Nobody had to copy-paste anything. Nobody had to create a ticket manually. The system just did it. Then, later on, when the problem is fixed, Dynatrace closes its problem, and that automatically tells Jira to close the ticket. It's a perfect closed loop with zero wasted effort.
So, what's the real payoff here? Why does this all matter? This isn't just a cool tech trick. This is about fundamentally changing how your team operates and delivers value to the business.
The benefits really break down into three huge areas. First, and this is the big one, you are just slashing the amount of manual work your team has to do. Second, you're improving team sync because everyone is looking at the same live record. And third, you get a perfect automatic audit trail for every single incident, which is just priceless for learning and improving later.
And when you put it all together, you get this incredibly transparent, accountable, and efficient operation. Shift handoffs are no longer a game of telephone. The whole story is right there in the ticket. But maybe the biggest win of all is that you finally have a clear, data-backed record of every single issue your team resolves. It is the ultimate tool for demonstrating the incredible value your team provides.
So in the end, this isn't really about the technology. It's about reclaiming your team's most valuable and finite resource, their time, their expertise, their brain power. So the real question to leave you with is this. What amazing, proactive, innovative projects could your team finally tackle with all of that time you save?